makes this require self-defense in the first place. If once you're going to rhyme, there would be no need for self-defense. But he says it's going to be okay based on the context situation, i.e. we're going to be killing in self-defense, so it's narrowly content-based. Next, and Ewing, his response to Ewing is the analysis about like the intent of the action that they're killing to stop the abuse, but that doesn't matter. Even if they're killing to stop the abuse, that still means it's content-based because their specific reasons for killing are to stop the abuse. It's inherently based on the context. So, that's going to be the next list. You can make negate coming from number 1 and 2 off of the Lacan and Schroeder. Then, go to the AC with Ryan. His only response to Ryan is that the Ripstein's part is specific to the victim and like the roles of the victor and aggressor. That doesn't respond to the internal logic in Ryan. Ryan explains that when we use deadly force that leads to a reversal of the victim and the aggressor, which means that it's going to create this endless contradiction, which there would be constantly shifting back and forth for no one to be able to take the action. So you can send Ryan that one uses self-defense or deadly force as self-defense is going to reverse the role of victim and aggressor. The aggressor's action is then justified, which creates a contradiction on self-defense, and then the aggressor would then be justified in doing more to the victim, which creates contradiction. You can extend this is going to outweigh any other contradiction because it says it's going to be impossible to resolve. There would be this constant fluctuation. So the round is very clear. He's not doing nearly enough work off the theory. I'm winning coming from the NC and the side constraints of the AC and the Ryan term. Yeah.
So starting on theory, and then AC. Is everyone ready? Extend the interpretation both better impacts all offense proving less than true of one statement persuadable and necessary and sufficient, but both better mean for case only aspects one necessary and sufficient failure means any separate contingent of arguments must be weighable. My interpretation includes arguments that be extended independent terms of other arguments to generate offense. This interpretation is like a paragraph long. It is very specific to Nib's bad degree, and his I means are too generic to meet the back. His first I means there's only one implication of the standard, and that's to look to intent the problems that I'm criticizing is contention level arguments. You can send the violation of pointed out specifically in the NC that he has two subpoints, but the two subpoints operate independently. Even if he has one standard, he has two necessary conditions that need to be back. Even if I prove that you have to act on state affairs, even if I prove that you don't need to act on state affairs, I need to beat back the first one saying the state affairs is non-verifiable. If I beat back the first one, I still need to beat back the second one saying it's not possible. That means that they operate on two very different levels, and I need to beat back both of them as well as an additional offense to the AC. But his second argument is that it's comparative because we can prove that more people intended, but the problem is that contradicts the subpoint B. And specifically in the subpoint B in the NC, it says that any intention based on state affairs is non-verifiable. That means that I can't compare Wayne analysis because he's saying that it's impossible to determine intention. That's also in subpoint A when he's saying that we don't know what the victim intends. One is number 3. He says only two necessary contentions, but not sufficient. Two necessary contentions, not two sufficient standards. The problem with my interpretation is all specific to contentions. This is a little semantic trick that's not going to work because my interpretation is very, very specific to Nibs, to Nick's, I guess, necessary contentions, insufficient contentions. But on his number 3. He says that it's my burden to clarify cross-examination of the problems of my spike in the AC, talking about a possibility of a misrepresentation of a topicality, interpretation, or a misrepresentation of what the AC says, not a misinterpretation of an obvious, necessary, and sufficient burden. Use a gut check on this. Use a gut check on this argument because the NC is obviously necessary and sufficient. He's just going to allow himself to. CS section does not check back. Does not check back because he's allows him to shift his advocacy. But on the number 4. Okay, well, this number 4 is specific to Lacan and Schroeder, but I'm not going for Lacan and Schroeder. I'm like I am indicting his usage of the NC. So on number 5, he says that there are spikes in the NC. But if you look in spike in the NC, it says the one-error theory is always counter-interpretation problems, that's not specifically applied to my shell. He needs to make a necessary cross-application from the T1R to say that my shell specifically is not offensive problems. My shell saying there's some sort of like a real unfairness or substantive unfairness coming from his practices. That means if I win a standard link back to fairness, which he doesn't contest in non-winning theory. So should I just be standard he's killing fairness because he can go for the least amount of ink on it, which precludes my ability to formulate a coherent strategy. Any 1AR, especially since 1AR is only 4 minutes long, that means I can never possibly win because I need to answer multiple arguments. He only needs to win one argument and not time across 2 arguments. So voters' fairness and debates competition, taking the argument incentivizes more abuse because he'll just run these unfair practices even more. So here's how the round breaks down. His 5i needs are all like really sneaky semantic tricks to get out of Nib's bad theory, but the problem is that we should not endorse these practices. What I'm saying is that there is always unfairness, even when it's a necessary sufficient contention or a necessary contention sufficient burden, right? If I have 2 burdens on the app and he has 1 burden on the neg, then that's always going to be unfair because he'll go for the one that is on a higher layer and he'll go for the one with the least amount of ink on it. His I needs don't meet because there's no risk of misrepresenting the NC when he says that explicitly tagline, it's not possible to evaluate it. Good job.
Yeah,